That game there was absolutely everything that it needed to be. One of those games where you go in and say, all United have got to do is put in a professional performance. It was a professional performance. It had some sprinkling of quality, some sprinkling of stardust from Alejandro Garnacho, Cristiano Ronaldo getting back on the score sheet. It seemed like it was going to be not his night, frustrated, but he got the goal that he needed. Hopefully that's a springboard that sees Ronaldo in the next 5 games start banging them in before the World Cup. It was exactly, as I said, what it needed to be. 3-0 against Sheriff at home. It was a game where it looked like it was going on a near direction in the first half, but Dalot, Eriksson, what a corner that was. Great goal by Dalot. He deserves it after the season he's had. The game opened up in the second half. But I can't not start without speaking about Garnacho. The 18-year-old there was given his first start of the season. He's been waiting for that opportunity, waiting and waiting and waiting. And I think he took that with both hands and he grabbed it. A problem with Jadon Sancho all season long has been his lack of directness. Garnacho there tonight, he always looked at his man. He always ran at him. And more often than not, he beat his man. He went on the outside so much where Jadon Sancho's just not had the confidence to do that. Garnacho is a star in the making. A player who, at the age of 18, has already trained with Argentina's national senior team, already trained with Lionel Messi. That was an occasion where he needed to take to it, and he did. And I was also impressed that he didn't try too much. He didn't go crazy. He didn't just try and take everything on. Obviously, his decision-making at the age of 18 is not going to be perfect by any stretch of the imagination. But I think tonight was more than most. It was about Garnacho. And that's what happens when you can play kids like this in games like this and they can use it as a platform. I think he's played himself into contention there to be in the squad, certainly. Maybe starting ahead of Jadon Sancho at the weekend against West Ham. You can let me know what you think about that in the comments. But well done, Alejandro. He can be absolutely proud of that performance. Old Trafford gave him a standing ovation. I think that Erik ten Hag took him off there to give him that ovation. Donny van der Beek just came on. Who's that little Donny van der Beek? I don't know what he looks like anymore. He came on. But look, I'm going to speak about the idea that I think we saw 2 stars at 2 different ends of their 2 different points in their career in Cristiano Ronaldo and in Alejandro Garnacho. But Cristiano Ronaldo looked like he needed that goal tonight, and Cristiano Ronaldo got that goal tonight. Back in the team after being correctly dropped and punished for refusing to come on as a substitute against Tottenham Hotspur. He had the ball in the back of net. It was offside. He had another chance. It just seemed like it wasn't going to go in for him. But it went in for him, and that was a celebration that was probably relief more than anything else. And I want to see a smiling, scoring Ronaldo. People are going to try and accuse me of agendas against him. And that's fine, you can do what you want, but you're just misguided. It's not an agenda, it's I want what is best for my team. And I think this is probably I stand by what I said during the game here. And the idea that I think that game there, we just saw 2 stars at different ends of at different parts in their career. Alejandro Garnacho, an 18-year-old burgeoning star, using that game tonight as his platform to showcase what he's got and what he's all about. He's got his whole career ahead of him, and it's exciting, and he plays with that. And at the other end of the spectrum, we've got Cristiano Ronaldo, a 37-year-old, and I think the word fading is the best way to describe it. He's not completely dimmed out yet. There's still goals left in there. He's 701st club career goal. Unbelievable numbers. It really is. But he's fading somewhat. Just that lack of that clinical edge, those chances, that shot he had when he made himself space. You think, he's going to get, it's about 10 yards over. You saw it in the frustration when Ronaldo had the ball in the back of net of the offside, just picked up and lumped it into the back of the Stretford end. He's playing as a frustrated individual. But I want to see Ronaldo with a smile on his face. I think I massively disagree with what he did against Spurs. But Ten Hag punished him. He dropped him. It was public. They've reconciled it back in the team. And he scored a goal. Brilliant. Let's be professional about it. Let's move forward. 5 games left, Ronaldo. You want to be in tip-top shape for the World Cup. Start banging them in. Hopefully that goal tonight is the beginning of it. But yeah, I'm so excited about what we're going to be seeing from Alejandro Garnacho. He's had to wait and bide his time. He really has. But he took to it tonight. He took his man, and it was a real statement to Jadon Sancho. That's what you've got to do. Old Trafford and Manchester United fans will forgive a winger far more for trying to take his man on and failing, but trying again and again until you get through and create that chance, than they will with a winger who faces his defender, goes sod this, turns back and passes to his fullback, which is what Jadon Sancho has been doing in the last few games. Alejandro Garnacho, he looked like the £75 million signing from Borussia Dortmund. rather than Jadon Sancho has so far this season, which is strange considering how good Jadon Sancho was in pre-season. But as I said, that game there tonight was everything that it needed to be. It wasn't. It didn't light up the world. It won't change Manchester United's season. But it was a game where it felt like we could have been frustrated. In the first half, we played against a team with the low block, parking the bus, whatever you want to call it. We couldn't break it through. We weren't passing it fast enough on between the left and the right flanks. That we weren't stretching there for the defence. And we didn't have enough accurate through balls from Eriksen and Bruno. It was kind of just overhit too much. But then Eriksen came up with the cross, and Dalot came up with the goal, man. And I'm absolutely delighted for the fact that I think that's his second goal for Manchester United. It's only his first goal this season. Great movement, great delivery from Eriksen, great header from Dalot. And he richly deserves that for the season that he has had so far. Started every game. Geez, he even got to go off. He got to rest a little bit at the end. This guy's fitness, spot on. His performances this season, spot on. And we needed that goal. That goal there just before half-time is what changed that game. It allowed the game to open up. It forced Sherry to come out a little bit, and it allowed us to have a little bit more space. And then in the second half, we created so many more chances off the back of it. I thought Christian Eriksen did pretty damn well tonight. Christian Eriksen, I mean, let's be honest, the whole De Gea was basically a statue in goal. He didn't have to do much. But Christian Eriksen, the ball was running through him. The play was going through him. And he kept it ticking over. I would have liked it to have been a little bit sharper and a little bit faster. But I think overall, got to be happy with that. Now, one thing I would say about that game, that this better not be a talking point. I've waited like 6.5 minutes to speak about it. Anthony in the first half, Anthony was Anthony. And then Anthony did that skill where he's just like, what was it, the roulette, spun on it twice and then passed it to Casemiro, but it was overhit. And Ten Hag's reaction said it all. But to try and sort of suggest that, or maybe he did, maybe Ten Hag took him off at half-time because of that. But to try and paint him as a villain because of that, no, fuck that. I want my wingers to have the confidence to do that, to feel empowered enough to do that. But Anthony will know himself, if you're going to do that shit, you better make sure what you do next is good. And that's the only thing he really messed up on there. Had that ball gone straight through to Casemiro, nobody would have been mentioning it at all. But it was just an overhit pass. Anthony, I encourage that sort of flair and confidence to do that. But if you're going to do it, buddy, make sure whatever comes next, you pull it off. Because I don't think Erik Ten Hag is going to be appreciating and seeing that too often. I'll tell you that. I don't think United fans are. Marcus Rashford, what a great second goal that was from United. Wonderful team move. Luke Shaw on the overlap. Across to Rashford. And that was a cracking header. Two of Ten Hag's subs again coming on to score a goal. Great movement, great play, and a great finish from Rashford. There you go, man. That's it. Clinical. Rashford looked a little bit sharper tonight, I think. Obviously, Sheriff were absolutely put toward the end. They were spent, they were done. And it was just, it could have been more. But Ronaldo, fair play, man. I'm happy for Ronaldo that he got that goal. Anybody who suggests otherwise just really hasn't been following United People's TV for long enough. My agenda is only for Manchester United, not against individual players. And you know what suits Manchester United more? A happy, smiling Ronaldo who's scoring goals between now and the World Cup, rather than a sulking, moody Ronaldo who storms off against Spurs. As a team and a collective, it makes us stronger if Ronaldo's scoring, and I'm happy for it. My man of the match, I'm going to give it to Alejandro Garnacho, man. Maybe that's wrong of me, but he was the player I wanted the ball to go to the most. He was the player that got me excited, and that's what... Maybe it's the youthful naivety. Maybe it's the fact that it's just something new and you haven't seen it before, but maybe it's just the fact that Alejandro Garnacho is so obviously a star in the making. At the age of 18, he's got the world at his feet, and I think this is going to be a cracking breakthrough season for him. I think judging off the back of that and judging by how Jadon Sancho's playing, I think he'll get opportunities, man. And he deserves opportunities off the back of what we saw there. Ronaldo, use that as a platform, man. Let's get back among the goals. We need him scoring against West Ham, buddy. Let's go. Let's get it done. Dalot, fantastic from him to get that goal. Eriksen, I liked what I saw in the middle. Casemiro too. I'm not surprised that Ten Hag started with his strongest midfield. Bruno, people are like, oh, Bruno's so ineffective, so ineffective. Boom, Bruno puts in that cross for Ronaldo's third goal. Bruno Fernandes is always involved. Even if he's playing poorly, he's the man that can just, out of nowhere, boom, he does something. And that's why Ten Hag never takes him off and never will take him off. Anthony, forget about it. Move on. And let's not try and settle on that. It's ridiculous. And Rashford, I like that. Bit of clinical finishing. Yes, please. 3-0. As I said, everything that game needed to be. My man, I'm giving it to Garnacho because I've already explained why. But you can let me know who your man of the match was in the comments below. Real Sociedad on Thursday. We win, we go top. Big game that is going to be. Looking forward to watching that. You can let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe to United People's TV.